Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So today we're gonna talk about how I lost weight for basic training. So I know a lot of people have to deal with, you know what I'm saying, like you might not be fat or whatever, but you might be a little bit, on the thicker side like me and have to lose weight for basic training. So if you're trying to join the military, I would suggest first like Googling like the weight requirements or whatever for your height, because depending on how tall you are will judge like what the minimum and the maximum weight requirement is or whatever for you. So for me, y'all, when I first decided I wanted to join the military, I was weighing about, I say about 161 pounds, somewhere in there is what I was weighing, and I had to be lower than 155. So I'm not sure if all recruiters do this, but the weight for me was I couldn't weigh no more than 165, and I was already like 161. So my recruiter wanted me to be within 155 pounds, like less than 155 pounds. That way, I had a little bit of weight, a little bit of pretty much playing room or whatever as far as my weight, if my weight was to fluctuate or whatever. So when you go to MIPS, you got to be within your weight requirement, and I wasn't in my weight requirement. So I was able to, even though I wasn't like super far off from my weight, he went ahead, let me test it for the ASVAB, and kind of got my paperwork rolling because I wasn't that far away. But if you are like, 30 pounds over your weight requirement, 30, 40 pounds, like your recruiter probably won't start up too much of a process. They'll probably still have you take the ASVAB because those scores are good for a certain amount of time, but they won't, like start the process because you got to lose this weight before they could even like schedule you to go to MEPS, see if you qualify, all of that stuff. So it's kind of like pointless, until you show that you can lose the weight. So for me, being that I was so close, I was able to still start my process, but my recruiter wanted me to be under 165 pounds for me to go to MEPS. Like I said, I'm not sure if that's our recruiters. I just know that my recruiter back home in Florida, that's what he wanted to do. Pretty much what I did was, as far as my eating, like I went to only drinking water. I don't know if y'all had Dunkin' Donuts where y'all at, but Dunkin' Donuts was my thing. Like, before work, I would always go and get me an iced coffee, hazelnut, French vanilla, cream, sugar, whipped cream, all that good jazz. And that was, my drink of choice that, what I would have. I've never really been a soda drinking person, but I would drink a soda from here and there. But McDonald's frappes and Dunkin' Donuts coffee was my thing. And I love cookies and cake. Back home, we have Publix, and I love Publix cookies and Publix cake. So I cut all of that stuff out. I was only drinking water. Water is your best friend. And I wasn't really like, intaking the sweets and stuff. Like I cut out all the sweets, all the candy, all that extraness, all that extra snacking. I've always been a snacking type of person. I'm still like that right now. Like, y'all, excuse my paper bowl, but it's ice cream in here right now. Like, I've always been a snacker. I like to snack. I like to just have, the satisfaction of me chewing on something or something, like eating, whatever. But I cut all of that out. So that was like the first thing, that I did. I didn't do like the fast food, eating out. If I ate out for lunch or whatever, it would be like a salad from Zaxby's, or I might get like a wheat sub from Subway or something. I wasn't really having much bread. And then I started just eating salad. So salad, broccoli became like my best friend. So I would eat for breakfast. I would have like a pack of oatmeal, just one pack. I like oatmeal. I would normally eat like 2 packs, but I would only have like 1 pack, and maybe like an apple or a banana. And then break time, because we had breaks at my other job, I might have like a string cheese and like a couple pretzels. It's not saying pretzels is like the healthiest thing, because it have, salt or whatever in it. But it was enough to fill me, during that break time until, the next 2 hours when I went to lunch. And then for lunch, if I wasn't going to get something, a salad, from whatever, I would bring my own salad, and I would just have literally lettuce, spinach, Caesar dressing, minimum, not, a lot, and maybe egg and chicken. from home. Like, that was what I ate most of the time for lunch. And then I wouldn't really have like a snack or anything after work. When I got home and I would eat dinner, I would still cook for my kids. You know, I was cooking healthier for them, but I wasn't putting them as strict of a diet, you know, or whatever as I was. So say if I cooked like a meat, broccoli, and mashed potatoes, I really wouldn't have the mashed potatoes. Or I would literally have like about this much, like this whole bottom portion of my hand right here. Like, imagine the rest of my hand is not there. So I would have like that much of like mashed potatoes. You know what I'm saying? Like, it would literally be like 2 spoonfuls of mashed potatoes just to get the taste, you know, out of my mouth or whatever. But, and then I'll, you know, fill my plate up with vegetables and meat. I was not snacking at all, y'all. That's literally what I ate. And I was working out. So as far as working out, I didn't really do anything crazy. When I left to go to basic training, y'all, I was not in the best shape. Yeah, I would run, I could run, but I was not in the best shape. To work out, I would go and I would get on a treadmill, and I might run for like 30 minutes on the treadmill, or I'll go and, you know, run like, try to run like a mile and a half or whatever on the track. If I couldn't run the whole thing, then I would just, you know what I'm saying, run until I couldn't run anymore. I got tired, and then I would walk. But I would at least try to do that sometime. I wouldn't even do that every day, y'all. Like, I was working out with my friend. He'd be like, "Friend, you going to the gym?" And I'd be like, "Nah, I ain't going to the gym today." Like, and it took me about, I say maybe 2 weeks, because like I said, I reduced my caloric intake a lot, and I was, you know, working out, and I say probably about 2 weeks, a little bit over 2 weeks, y'all, I had dropped the weight. Like, I was weighing, when I went to MEPS, like I said, when my recruiter first weighed me and said like, "Hey, you need to lose weight," I was weighing about 162 pounds. When he scheduled me for MEPS, and I knew I had to get it done. Like, it's something different when you working out and you don't have like a set, you know what I'm saying, like you just like, oh, I'm gonna just do this, versus when you know you gotta get something done. And I knew I had to get it done, so I got it done. And he had scheduled me for MEPS like maybe like 2 weeks and 3 days or something like that out. And I was like, okay, I got to get this weight off. And when I went to MEPS, I was weighing 149 pounds. So I went from like 161, 162 to like 149 pounds. That's what, like 13, 14 pounds, something like that. You know what I'm saying? Within that time frame. And I'm just, you know, saying that to say, like, it won't be as easy, you know, for everybody as it was for me, or to be easier for some people than it was for me. But you can do it. Like, don't be discouraged if you're a recruit, like, oh, you gotta lose weight, you know what I'm saying, like, whatever. It's easy to do, you know what I'm saying, long as you got the drive. And that's what being in the military is about. Like, when I left to go to the military, it was hard for me, leaving my kids, you know what I'm saying, whatever. I was not used to any of what was going on, but I had the drive, the determination to get it done. So if you know that joining the military is something you really, really want to do, don't let them say like, oh, you gotta lose weight, stop you. Like, working out is a part of the military, period. I don't work out like I'm supposed to. I should have went to the gym today, but I didn't. I was off today and I didn't. But, you know, working out, that's something that they expect us to do in the military. So don't feel like you can't do it. You can do whatever. But yeah, you can go ahead. You can do whatever you set your mind to. Don't let anybody discourage you. And when you go to MEPS, you know, just keep in mind that you won't have any, you know, clothing on. You'll just have on, like, if you're a female, you have on your, you know, bra, your undergarments, so your bra and your underwear. And if you're male, you just have on your underwear. And when they weigh you, it's pretty much just your body weight. It's no extra, you know what I'm saying, whatever. So keep that also in mind. But yeah, I just wanted to come and do this quick video for y'all while that was on my mind. I don't know why, but hopefully it'll help somebody. If you guys have any questions, comments, whatever, just leave them down in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe, because y'all don't want to miss out on these, you know, good informative videos, you know what I'm saying. And I would love for y'all to, you know, be my friends, be my homegirls, homeboys, you know what I'm saying, fuck with me. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.